Russell Wilson agrees to get traded or is traded to the Denver Broncos. I think the Seattle Seahawks get like 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, a fifth round. They get Noah Fant, uh, Shelby. They get some. And Drew Lock. But the biggest, of course, draw in this is Russell Wilson going to Denver. Oh, Russell Wilson in a fourth round pick going to Denver. Boy. First and foremost, don't believe nothing that you hear. When sports is probably the ultimate. Don't believe what I say. Believe what happens. Because all we've heard throughout the Seahawks ever since Russell Wilson came out and said that he was upset. This was the beef. Before he was upset with how the offense was being. Well, he was upset that he couldn't really be protected. The offense wasn't really built to protect him. At least the offensive line. He wanted more. He just wanted help. He expresses the situation, and then of course speculations flew about, he's demanding a trade. He even gave, optimal trade places like New Orleans and stuff like that. So ever since then, you've heard, okay, no, Russell Wilson, he's good. He's good. The Seahawks were good. No bad blood, no tension. We're all good. Nobody's upset. Blah 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 blah. That's all you heard. We're not trading Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's gonna be here for life. Russell Wilson saying that he wants to be here. Then boom, he gets traded to Denver. Boy, oh boy. We're gonna talk about the Aaron Rodgers news next, but boy, the AFC is looking mighty skinny when it comes to, all I can think of when I heard about when the Russell Wilson news came down was, hey, Cincinnati's going to be back. You remember people were saying that? Now it could happen. It could happen. And if it does happen, of course, I have no problem coming in here and saying that I'm wrong. But all people were saying is Cincinnati's going to be back. Cincinnati's going to be back. Boy, do you see the gauntlet that is the AFC when it comes to quarterbacks? Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, now Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, like Derek Carr. The quarterback race, man, the quarterbacking in the AFC is just on a different level, man. I think if you look at this trade in a nutshell, bro, Russell Wilson has the best landing spot. Yeah, you don't have Noah Fant, but you still have Judy. You still have Sutton. You still have Williams at the running back position, who was an outstanding running back. We're going to see what happens with Melvin Gordon. Russell Wilson just he hit the jackpot, man. A good offensive line, a great defense, a coach. Pete Carroll is a defensive-minded coach. That's why, the Legion of Boom, well, he had Dan Quinn as well, but that's why the Legion of Boom was so successful. Pete Carroll is a defensive-minded coach. Now Russell Wilson goes to an offensive-minded coach who, of course, was the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. It's, man, talk about a bombshell, man. Talk about a bombshell. And it's funny. It's funny. People continuously say that you need more than just a quarterback to win. It's a quarterback driven league, but you need more than just a quarterback to win. The only downside I see that Denver has is they're in the AFC, where you have such a slew of quarterbacks, man. But Russ and for people that are saying, it was Russell Wilson's fault. Well, the whole Russell Wilson Cook, campaign kind of came to a screeching end when it just wasn't working. But that's because the offensive line for Seattle wasn't good. Like, it wasn't good at all. And the running position, because Chris Carson kept getting hurt. So this is a great move for Denver. You lose out on Aaron Rodgers, and you turn around and get Russell Wilson and a fourth round pick. Now let's talk about Seattle in this situation. I heard a lot of people saying, "Bro, you get 5 draft picks and 3 players. That's a steal." Bro. Okay. I understand the NFL covets draft picks. I get that. Draft picks are incredibly important in the NFL. I get it. But what are you have Russell Wilson? Do you think there's anybody in college, right? Do you think that now they have Drew Lock, but I've said time and time again, Drew Lock's highlight was him on the sidelines rapping Young Jeezy. Drew Lock has an incredible arm, but he's not that good. Let's just keep it a bean. He's not that good at all. And in fact, he's not that good. Just wait. I'm almost sure in the next few hours or next few days, or maybe in a week or two, you're going to see the Seahawks try to get a quarterback, whether it's going to be someone in the draft, maybe Willis, maybe Mitch Trubisky, maybe Carson Wentz. I put money they're going to try to get a quarterback because everyone and their mama knows Drew Lock is not it, like at all. But for everyone saying, the Seahawks had a steal, of course I'd give up all that for Russell Wilson. Bro, it's Russell Wilson. People forget. Just because they had a bad season last year and he had his first major injury last year, which only sidelined him, 3 or 4 games? Seattle, bro, Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And now you're putting him on a team where we thought for the longest all they need was a quarterback. In fact, that's one of the biggest reasons why they linked, people were linking and sources were linking Aaron Rodgers to the Denver situation. Denver was just a quarterback away. That's what we kept saying. They have an incredible offensive line. They have an incredible offensive weapons as far as the wide receiver and the running back core. Their defense is great. And quite as kept, they might get Von Miller back. They have a really good coach. Well, their coach is new, but now it's an offensive-minded coach because they've had defensive-minded coach the entire time. And they just needed a quarterback, and you go and get one of the top, at his best, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Oh, man. And Seattle, again, yeah, you have 5 draft picks. But like I say about Oklahoma City, what are those draft picks going to do for you? Like, is there a quarterback that you see in the draft? I mean, yes, you have Bryce Love. He's cool. But is there any quarterback that you see in the foreseeable future in college football that you think will come close to to Russell Wilson? Because if not, then what are we talking about here? What are you going to spend your first round picks on defensive linemen, which would be smart? But again, you can have look at the Steelers right now. The Steelers have an incredible defense. They arguably have top 2. They probably have the second best defensive player in the world right now in TJ Watt. And they are irrelevant at this point because they don't have a quarterback. Now, of course, when they get a quarterback, we'll talk about it. But defense is cool, but if you don't look at Denver for these last few years, they went from Drew Lock to Teddy Bridgewater, who beat out Drew Lock, who was supposed to be his backup, but beat him out, to now Russell Wilson. Oh man, the AFC West, man. The AFC West is going to be the AFC in general. Again, just look at the list of quarterbacks. The AFC, at least in quarterback-wise, is leaps and bounds better than the NFC right now. NFC has what? Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Carson Wentz. Not Carson Wentz. Kyler Murray. That's just like, you lose Tom Brady. A couple years ago, you lost Drew Brees. Like what? You lost Russell Wilson. It's tough. But hey, congratulations to Russell Wilson. Again, I think that this move puts Denver right in the championship conversation. That's how good Russell Wilson is. The only reason why I don't have them as like a favorite, because one, I need to see what Russell Wilson looks like with this group. And also, again, the AFC, like think about it. 1 week you can be going against Lamar Jackson. Next week you can be going against Derek Carr. Next week you can be going against Justin Herbert. Next week you could be going against Josh Allen. The week after that you can be going against Joe Burrow. The week after that you can be going against Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on now. Oh, and that's not even mentioning the defenses. Next week after that, you can go against Pittsburgh and their defense. The week after that, you can go against New England and their defense. The AFC, man. The AFC has a gauntlet of talent, and it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But shouts out to, Russell Wilson for, finding a new home in an incredible landing spot. Again, that's Denver. Denver, who a lot of people say is a quarterback away, was a quarterback away from being a title contender, and now you have arguably a top 5 quarterback in the league in Russell Wilson. That's crazy.